If you like the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this.
I F22 have a crush on M23, but we met while I was drunk. I found out I was gay when I was 18. Never had any experiences with guys. They simply didn't interest me. Right now I don't know if I can still consider myself a lesbian, or if I am bisexual, and I don't care about any label right now. All I know is I have a crush on someone. Disclaimer: when I drink I really lose control of myself and I do everything I would never do when sober, and also quite a new drinker, since I just started drinking on weekends 3 months ago. 2 weeks ago my best friend and I went out with the guy she is seeing and his friend, who I'll call X. It was a random thing. I had never met X before, he just happened to be there too, so the 4 of us hung out together at a bar. All of them know I am gay. I arrived there already drunk ASF. The guys were sober and my bestie was tipsy. X and I start talking and I don't know how, but we end up holding and playing with each other's hands. I genuinely don't remember how that started. I also had 2 shots. So we talk about what he does, etc., and I think at some point I asked him what his type is and he started describing me. At one point he asks me if I want to go to the other side of the bar where you can play bowling. I said okay and he helps me walk there and all. I wasn't really interested in playing, I kept just engaging in some way, but I was way too gone and sadly I don't remember the details. But he was very cute with me and we kept hugging and etc. My friend and her guy joined us and they start playing while X and I were just there, flirting. He wanted me to be close to him and sometimes I would pull away and he'd try to get me close again. I don't remember the whole detailed dynamic, but that's the resume. After that we end up in the car. X and I were sitting in the back. So now we were really close. Hugging, kissing on the cheeks, I also kissed his neck. Bit him. And the whole time he tried to make out with me, but I kept telling him no, I am gay. He did keep trying though, like intensely. I will admit my behavior was without doubts teasing. There was lots of flirting, from both sides. I kept telling him I wanted to be close to him cause I am affectionate, but I told him not in a sexual way, lol. I touched him almost everywhere. He also got handsy. I don't know what was going on with me, but yes, I was without doubts giving him all the signals, I guess. But then I didn't let him kiss me. My friend and the guy were in the front talking listen INF to music and driving, so they didn't really interact with us. I am definitely leaving out lots of interactions and actions that happened, but I just don't remember. What's for sure is that I was leading him on, and he was into me, I guess. He did tell me he had never met a girl like me, lol, but I don't think that was very positive seen the circumstances, haha. The day after I was confused and I had no idea of how I actually felt. Nothing happened, didn't see him again until this last Saturday. I was at a bar with my friend and her guy. I was drunk, again. We were sitting and then X shows up. He comes up to us, says hello with a handshake, and then tells me, "You look like a doll tonight." I was speechless and I just told him I was sorry for last time and I don't remember what he said, lol. I think he said something like "don't worry." He then immediately went to another table with another friend. He was standing across the room and our eyes would meet very occasionally. At one point he came up to me with a shot for me and him. I was like thank you, and then while drinking I spilled some on my face, lips, and he gestured to clean myself, then left again. That was our last interaction. My bestie's guy, his friend, said that X was obsessed with me and I always bring guys to the water and then don't let them drink, and he has never met a girl like me. Drunk me just shrugged and rolled her eyes and laughed. I should have asked him why he said X is obsessed with me. The day after it hit me. I am realizing that I am attracted to this guy. It hasn't happened in years. I was so sure I was a lesbian. But like somehow I understand, besides his gender, he's really my type. I know I was drunk the only night I hung out with him, but I remember him saying 2 or 3 things that emo show he's smart, plus he is smooth and just has game. He happens to have the kind of smoothness and game that I find desperately attractive, and I haven't met lots of people with that sort of charisma. The only thing that bothers me is that he F0RCED himself on me even after I kept dodging him kissing me, but then I also tell myself girl, you were really leading him on. But then I also tell myself that I was drunk and he wasn't at all. IDK. That part feels weird and it's complicated TBH, but to me that's not the most important part. RN. IDK. What to do? I have zero contact with him and the only way of seeing him is hanging out at a specific bar. I could go there, but like what then? Part of me wants to confess I am attracted to him. While drunk though. But I also don't want to. He knows I am gay, so I would have to backtrack, tell him I realized I am bisexual. And then what? I am so lost. I don't even know how he feels about me. Like, yeah, that night he was all over me, but that doesn't mean anything TBH. The truth is, deep down I just want to tell him that I am attracted to him, but I have such a big ego and am in general very proud and shy about my feelings, especially when I am not sure what the other person thinks. I could only ever do it while drunk. But like, it's sober me that has to decide what to do and how to act. This isn't the first time I end up flirting or getting affectionate with guys while drunk. But it's the first time I actually felt something. And since Saturday I keep thinking about him, replaying every scene in my head. I have a crush. How should I behave? What's the first step in this mess? I rejected my coworker and he's gotten progressively more creepy and rude. Basically, I knew this guy in college. He always liked me. The most I agreed to was going out to coffee, which didn't even happen. We were okay friends, we spoke then and there and sometimes played some video games. I let him know I wasn't interested in a relationship. Anyways, I planned to apply to this job I'm working at a while ago, before I even ended my program. I apply and find out he works there. Okay. That's fine. I messaged him and told him I'm applying. He said that's cool. Anyways, I got hired. Unfortunately, he starts getting weird. He asked me out and I rejected him, said we can be friends, all that. He takes this horrendously. He was so convinced we were going to be together, he barely knows me. I let him down as nice as I could, I swear. He's gotten progressively worse. He spam messages me on all my social media. I can deal with that. Then he started adding my friends to ask them about me. I said please don't do that and he says, so I'm not allowed to make friends. He doesn't know these people. He hacked my teams at work, not really, hacked, as he has administrator access, but he went through all my messages and saw my manager speaking to me about the situation. He went off. The best part is our manager only knows because he messaged her in a drunken rant about me. He showed up at my house twice on 2 separate occasions and honked the horn like 100x each time. It was like 12 a.m. On these days he honestly probably spam called me about 200x. He rage messaged me on our work teams, stalked me on my other social medias. I had to block him on pretty much everything. He constantly rants to me on Teams and complains about me to our manager. She knows he's been stalking me too. HR knows. I don't want to get him fired, but holy. I've told them pretty much everything except him showing up to my house. I'm saving that for if this escalates even further. He keeps making rude comments to me through the day about my work. I ask him to please stop and he gets worse. I don't make many mistakes, but when I do, he literally spams my Teams until I open it and makes sure to let me know I did something wrong. I've only been here 2 months. He will literally make verbal aggressive side comments knowing I can hear him. Literally things like, guess we're doing insert something we're not supposed to do today, referring to me. I've explained to him we're both adults, stop this middle school crap. And he denies doing anything. He literally acts like a child. For example, he literally messaged me on Friday asking if I was going to the work Christmas party and follows it up with, if you're going, I'm not. I don't want anything to do with you inside or outside of work. Like, okay. He deletes all his messages so it looks like I'm talking to myself. It's honestly so unneeded. Literally will spam react to my messages and send over and over until I open his messages. Like during work hours. If I don't reply, he has a hissy fit and threatens talking to the manager about me. He will also walk past my desk upwards to 20x a day. He tries to see what I'm doing and it annoys me so badly. He works at the other side of me and will literally walk all the way around to use the bathroom near me just to try and see what I'm doing. Once I literally turned around and saw him moving his head in a way to get a better look at my phone. I was on lunch. What more can I do? I'm extremely shy, so it's hard for me to stand up for myself, and he knows this. The verbal comments throughout the day and spam messages are making me extremely anxious and uncomfortable. Haven't seen each other in 2 months and now he's mad at me. My ex-boyfriend and I broke up about 2 months ago. We were fighting for months and the fights were getting bad to the point where he would blow up on me and raise his voice and I would cry and get panic attacks. We can't seem to communicate no matter how much we love each other. It's incredibly painful because at every other moment, it's the happiest I've ever been and we connect so well and you can feel how much we love each other. But it seems that when stupid unresolved fights come up we can't seem to make it work. Eventually, I had to break it off because no matter what I tried I felt that he could never compromise or try to reel in the issue until after everything exploded. This was all in October and we hadn't seen each other since. There were happy birthdays exchanged and ignored calls, texts in between, but we had no physically seen each other nor had a full conversation until Thanksgiving. Following that we decided to see each other again about 1 week ago, and it was the most magical thing. We confessed we were still in love with each other and think of one another every day, but yet we both knew nothing good would come of it and decided to not let this interaction go anywhere. Till this weekend. We saw each other again and shared the same beautiful moments. However, in that first visit he asked me if I had been with anyone since and I confessed that I kissed someone on a drunk night out because I was sad and lonely, obviously during the breakup. Peas. We were not on a break, shout out Ross Geller, but we are completely broken up. He also told me he hadn't been with anyone or kissed anyone, and even though he has texted other girls he has not taken it further than that. After our second meet-up, I tried to see what he wanted because honestly I didn't know what to do either. I don't know if to get back together because for what? If nothing has changed. But at the same time I hate the thought of losing him again. We never decided anything and just continued to let things be until yesterday that he started asking me questions about the guy the first had kissed and got upset when I said I didn't have much information to give. It's true, I don't even have his Instagram. And he started saying that I was probably just stringing him along as a plan B and that I should be with the other guy if that's what I wanted. I swore to him I didn't and tried to make him see that I still love him, but he says what is he fighting for if I haven't done anything to show him otherwise, and then he even stopped replying. And that's where things have left off. I don't know what I should do. I still love him and I don't want him to be mad at me or hurt, but at the same time, I don't even know what I'm fighting for. We have so many problems past this and I feel like if this is how he deals with this stupid issue, then how would we even begin to resolve everything else? Any advice?